calcium. Now, with soft rock phosphate, generally they only count 2 to 4% available.
Yeah.
So, but what you need to realize is
it's going to build up.
Well, and the actual phosphorus content of soft rock phosphate isn't 2%. It's actually something like 20 or 20-something percent, but only 2% is actually available. So that's all they're allowed to tell you is in it. But it actually has a lot more than that, bound up pretty tightly with calcium. But if you've got good, especially mycorrhizal fungi activity, you get the full 20. But you've got to have the activity to unlock it. And that's the same. I mean, that's the same with the farmers that have been adding synthetic phosphorus for years. And you know, an organic grower will take. I mean, you want to have a huge bank of fertility waiting for you. I mean, those are some of those places often have a lot of that. You know, the value of the fertilizer sitting there in the soil, just waiting to be unlocked, can be huge. Sometimes it comes with some of the nasties that they've also put down, but sometimes you can just throw some inoculant down and the whole system switches. That little organic matter, and sometimes that's all it takes. Potassium sulfate. Potassium sulfate's the other 5% of the potassium supply, and
it comes from
and
where?
it's mined. I mean, it comes right out of the ground.
It's mined.
There are some synthetic. Most of it's all mined. The organic stuff and the non-organic is often coming out of the same hole in the ground. Just one company pays to have it certified, and the other one doesn't. So that's one source. Green sand is another one. Although the only North American quarry closed a couple years ago when the state of New Jersey bought the land and turned it into a dinosaur theme park or something. Some dinosaur tracks were in the layers of mud that created green sand, so they turned it into a park. So we don't have green sand for now, but we will again within a few years because there's a deposit in Texas that's being mined, or going to be. But that's a good one because it's a mineral. It's a potassium-rich mineral, naturally occurring, like 8% potassium. Kelp meal has a few percentage of potassium. Manures generally have a few percentage, or a few parts per million often, or up to a few percentage of potassium.
Leaves?
Leaves are generally pretty low. Takes a lot of leaves to get it, but it doesn't hurt. And as I was saying before, though, most soil has, the average is something like 40,000 pounds of potassium per acre. In almost most, that's the average per acre. It's almost always at least 5,000 or 10,000. It's a lot of potassium. So the key there is try to figure out how to get it unlocked.
And unlocking is with the microbes.
Microbes and healthy plants that'll pump sugars to feed the microbes and keep that cycle going.